You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Dance Moms After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Dance Moms After Show.
Oh, I hit that note.
We're all gonna come in with a melody one of these
hit
days.
it.
No, you don't want me singing, guys.
We're gonna come in with a
Boys,
melody
you
one
just
day.
no.
People don't want me singing either, but I do it anyway. What's up, everyone?
Story of Tony's life.
We are back with another Dance Moms reclap. They got it together.
Woo!
Right here at our favorite show, AfterBuzz TV. I am joined by my lovely co-host, starting on my far left. We have,
Hey everybody, I'm Francisco Thurston.
And guys, I'm Stephanie McGrath.
and of course, I'm Tony Moore. And in the booth, we have Marissa.
What's up, everyone?
Give it
Hey,
up.
Marissa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
She wasn't
guys?
rushing me today. Last week, she was like, we gotta go. We gotta get the show started. You got 15 more minutes. Blah.
This time
Today.
she was just dancing
My
too
job.
much.
I
We
was-
saw you.
I was dancing.
Were you
We saw
dancing?
You danced this time?
Yes, I was dancing
okay.
back here. I don't know if you saw me, but I did.
I'll look out for you when I rewatch the episode. So this is episode 6, Clash of the Chloes. Let's get this started with the pyramid. We have down at the bottom, Mackenzie.
Oh,
I know, right? That picture though. That's how she looks. But she's down at the bottom because she got beat. Well, I mean, poor thing. She tried. She put in an A for effort.
yeah.
I thought it was good, but again,
You thought it was
It's
cute.
fair.
You love that
I
costume.
do. I do.
You
I
remember
love
that
Mackenzie
costume.
though. She's really stole my heart anyhow. So yeah, but it was fair. She
Yeah.
got beaten. So where are you gonna put her?
Well, I mean, not at the very bottom.
Yeah, I mean, the person who's above her's reason was far worse than getting second place.
Which next was Brooke, and
Yeah.
all she said was "put down your phone."
Like,
Which book? Now this
It- well,
teeth. I find it ironic though.
First of all, isn't that
that
the pot calling the kettle black?
Well,
ah, right,
That Abby-
Put down your phone.
exactly. Abby is 24/7 on her phone.
That's if I were Brooke, I would have looked just like this. Put down
and
your
I
phone.
hurt.
Oh my God, that video still cracks me up. But yeah, so I guess Brooke, if you put down your phone and change your face, then maybe you'll be higher up on the
There
pyramid.
you go.
Y'all always make it sound like I'm hating on Brooke.
Well, you know, you have a love-hate relationship with her. And that's okay. She's got that face. The
Listen,
girl hasn't
I
proven
bought her
herself
single.
yet.
I watch her videos along with the video that was made specifically for me. It's it's all good in the hood, Brooke.
Yeah.
Just get your life.
So good.
Then we have Paige, who's next because of technique.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's a good reason to be in that spot for technique. Now
We
we're back
talked
to
about it
dancing.
last week.
Back to
She
dance,
was the
yeah.
one girl that just didn't. She wasn't on pace with the other two in the trio.
In the
Oh, yeah.
trio,
Yeah,
in the
her
chicken
technique
outfit,
was out.
the 2-piece Tuesday outfit.
They were all of our viewers, guys. Thank you. They all loved the chicken comments. It was.
And I was serious too. I was like, that is the reason why the judges put them there, because they was thinking about 2-piece Tuesday.
And I really went and got Popeyes after.
You did?
I
I had
did.
KFC yesterday.
Ah,
I'm a KFC fan.
bonus
Shout
roast
out to
before I came
KFC.
here.
If you want to send some coupons, free meals, you send them care of Tony Moore.
KFC sponsor us there.
Right.
Throw it out there.
Then we had Kendall, for reasons unknown, except the fact that she's Kendall.
No, it was because she'd lost her Maddie chasing mojo.
Her
That's
She'd lost
right.
her
Fight.
desire to,
Yeah.
to be the next Maddie. Maybe she just got over. She's like, I don't want to be Maddie
I
anymore.
mean, I think Kendall has been putting up a good fight
yeah.
to
Yeah.
be, second place.
She can fight harder. She can fight harder.
But who wants to fight for second? Mm-hmm. Fight for first. Come
Yeah.
for Maddie.
Come on,
Come
Kendall.
for Maddie. Come
Beat
for
her.
her life.
Then we have Chloe because of the issues with the trio. And I was corrected because I thought it was Paige who was off. It was Chloe.
It was Chloe, yes.
That
One
was
of our
off.
viewers.
They're both
did
blonde.
correct us.
It kind of gets a little lost sometimes.
Look, when they're up there twirling and dancing and doing all they ribbon dances type of stuff, you just get confused.
It's funny that Chloe got critiqued for the trio when Paige was the most sloppy one in the trio.
Yeah.
But she was lower than than Chloe on the pyramid anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So, I mean, either way. Then, up out the blue...
New Chloe. Now, we didn't talk about that before.
We didn't talk about
Can we
new
go
Chloe,
back?
but we can talk about her now. So now, new Chloe has entered the room and pops up on the pyramid, beating out, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 other previous members, and she's like, boom.
Right there.
I
You on
didn't
the
even
pyramid.
dance, but I'm still going to be up
Didn't
there.
dance, didn't do nothing but audition in Orlando, and she got a higher spot than the folks that have been there since they was in diapers.
Oh no, that audition was kind of hectic. I think that's kind of a valiant thing to get put on
But
the
you don't.
pyramid.
But you don't.
Well, she did one. What did she win? She won the Orlando dance.
Yeah.
Dance pageant.
Yeah, they read her
competition.
resume, and you know what I did? Tuned out. I was like, I'm not ready to hear a resume just yet. You auditioned, you got a spot. Welcome. Now
You're
gotta
a
earn.
guest.
You
You
are
gotta
a guest.
earn your spot.
You're a guest. You're not a part of the team yet, but we've had many a guest.
Many of guests.
Many
on
of
the Abby
guests
Lee
on the
Dance
Abby Lee
Company.
Dance Company, but this one is just a guest.
Yep.
She beat the other girls in Orlando. She did her twirls, her ribbon dance, and now she's here, high up on the pyramid. So good for her. But I literally wrote, "Wow, new Chloe." Wow. And then next we have Maddie.
She's not first.
Again.
Okay, but let's be real. If every episode Maddie was up at the top, you would seriously just be like,
It's kind of old.
yeah, it gets old. Even Maddie doesn't care. She's just like, yeah, okay, all right. I mean,
Yeah,
I would
she,
keep
was,
dancing,
she wasn't
but
like, she's like, oh.
yeah, it's like, huh, okay, yeah. I mean,
She
I'll-
knows where she is. She's like, they can
Yeah,
get the top.
it's
whatever.
like
Yeah.
really. I mean, we all knew in this episode I was not going to be at the top. It's fine. I'll be okay. That's her train of thought. While her picture still says, "I'm up at the top." Her attitude is like, "I'm all right. You can have that spot for now. I got bored." That's what she said.
I got bored.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I feel like Maddie would say. I got bored. She would talk like that too, in her Toni Braxton voice. I got bored.
And she seems to be such a fair person in terms of, she'd be like, that's really good. She'd be very supportive of the
Well,
other dancers. You know, that's really good for them.
I think the girls are supportive of each other.
They are. They really do.
And
They
we're
love each
starting
other.
to
Later in this
see more
episode,
moments of that.
there's a good moment.
There
between the
are a
two.
lot of good
The duet.
moments. There are a lot
That's
of good
a really
moments
moment.
with the girls. So good for them. And up at the very, very top, no surprise for her African American interpretation of the civil rights movement. we have
Finally!
Nia.
Nia at the top.
Now wait a minute.
What?
Before y'all give praise to Nia, yes, she's been working hard, but she's been working hard prior to this.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like the only reason why she's up at the top is because of the piece.
Of course, it was
Yeah.
a stunning, brilliant, beautiful
But
group
yeah,
performance.
and that it won, and that she was the lead playing an African American female, which she
Mm-hmm.
is, but it's kind of like the story was based around an African American female. Who else was going to play that part except
Yep.
Nia?
True.
And then the group won, and she got at the top of the pyramid. But I feel like Nia is one of those people that has been working hard all along, but
Yeah.
she never
Gets noticed for
moved. Yeah, she never moved from that one little spot on the pyramid. Then all of a sudden it was like, I'm going to move you up, and now I'm going to give you a lead spot. Oh, it won. Now I'm going to put you at the top.
Because we were talking last week when Abby moved her up, and she's like, oh, now I'm going to give you the spot because I knew I was
Yeah.
going to. You're the only person that can play it.
Yeah.
Do this, have that role in that group performance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to go out here on a limb and make a prediction. I don't think for the rest of the season we're ever going to see Nia ever up there on the top
Probably not.
ever again.
Probably not.
She's
Yeah.
gonna, you know where she's going to
Unless
be?
there's another African American who's a lead in something. Like, honestly, I don't think Nia's ever going to get a.
She's a top spot again.
Yep. No.
She's going to be right back where she was.
Yep.
At the bottom.
in that one. To
In
the
that
left.
one little, like right before the row ends or begins. That's where Nia's going to be.
Yep.
They just changed the tape that they used on the headshots, so it didn't stick to the mirror this time, so they had to move it.
Yeah. They were like, what was that
That's
order
the-
again? Oh, I forgot. So that is the pyramid. They Abby announces that they are traveling to Voorhees, New Jersey, for On-Stage America. This is where and it mentioned this in the episode. This is where the hat incident
Yes,
of
of last
old Chloe
year.
happened, and Christi quit, and it was this big to-do and catastrophe, which I think it was a setup for something else that we'll talk about later.
Exactly. It was almost
I was
like
like-
deja vu.
It's like,
Funny that.
Good editing. Mm-hmm. Good editing, sir. That's how I felt with that. Well, we'll get to that in a
But what
second.
about Chloe? Kim, the new Chloe, walks in. This mum.
Yeah. Oh, Kim.
Yes.
Well,
Can we talk about it?
first off,
She's
I've-
so scary.
I feel like she walked in like, hi, we're here, very much like all the dance moms do.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think the mom started going in on her and like questioning her and then making fun of her, like she's with a plastic surgeon. I don't want to look like that. I was like, oh.
Jill stuck up for her though. She did. She stopped talking about her. That's her livelihood.
That's her livelihood. But to be honest, guys, is it not? We now kind of remind me of the Real Housewives of Dance Moms.
Oh yeah.
Like
A little
Yeah.
bit.
she's had some work done.
Well, yeah.
That's for sure.
I mean, look,
And she,
not everyone can wake up flawless. Sometimes,
except for you, Tony. Come on.
now viewers just saw I didn't say it about myself, but I was thinking it.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, she's had a little work done, maybe a little pluck,
Little
tuck
poke here and
here
there.
and
What about
there.
the chin?
No,
Didn't
I
you
wasn't.
pick that up?
I didn't. I wasn't all up in her face like that. I just like, yeah, she's had some work done. She's
Stephanie like paused the
clearly,
TV.
yeah, and examined her face.
I know that.
But the moms are never welcoming of a new mom. They are very harsh on a new mom right away, and I get it. You have to pay your dues, but at the same time, you don't have to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm allowed to say you don't have to be, right?
Yes.
Because I just said it.
But they, to me, I feel like they didn't have to be like that.
Like, do you own a studio?
Yeah.
Do you have a dance background? What's the, yeah.
They didn't. They could have been a little more. Hi,
It's
welcome.
nice.
Yeah, and just kind of sat back and watched. What was going to happen.
That's what I said in my
But these
predictions
are the
last
dance
week.
moms. They
Yeah.
wouldn't have.
I was like,
As if they're going to sit back and just be like, hi, nice to meet you. It's not
But of course, the tables turned,
Mm-hmm.
and Kim started getting a little backbone.
she had to around those moms.
Okay, but there's a difference between getting a backbone and sticking up for yourself, and then just being.
She's playing the
uppity
game. She
and
jumped straight
insulting.
into
What
it.
I,
She's
what
like,
I felt
bring it.
what I felt was that she was just trying to be something extra that she really wasn't. She was just trying to, show these moms too much that she just didn't need to. She was like just doing the extra when she
Right.
could have just been pulled it back a little bit.
But also, what made me kind of raise an eyebrow at her was the phone call with the
When she
former
put
dance teacher.
Jeremy
First
on
off,
she was
loudspeaker.
like, y'all can hear this.
First off, no one takes a phone call like that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
First off. Secondly,
Situation.
yeah, clearly they were she wanted you to hear what was being said.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that she left her studio in Vegas to come to Pittsburgh and then said, yes, she's dancing circles around these girls.
Mm-hmm.
And then the dance studio teacher from Vegas going, we're better than Flabby Abby's.
Abby.
I about
And I was
died.
like,
Quote of the night.
I was like,
It's got to
are
be.
you
Flabby Miller.
serious? Like, that is hashtag team too much.
Yeah.
Like, you don't come onto a different team, insult it, think your child is far superior.
your
It's like, why are
first
you,
day.
yeah, it's like, why are you
First
there?
day.
Why are you there? This is obviously an opportunity for your daughter.
Yep.
And then later on in the episode, she's like telling the moms, you guys should be appreciative of like being on the team. And no, you should be appreciative of being on the team because you're the guest starring role today.
You're auditioning.
You have
This is
not
still the
made it
test.
onto
You
the
have
team.
not made it. You are still auditioning.
Yep.
You are still ribbon dancing, twirling, 5, 6, 7, 8.
for your
Exactly.
spot.
And as Francisco said, as you said, she on your audition, I mean, she still is technically auditioning.
Yeah.
As a guest, you don't pull up, maybe the second time, maybe the third, performance competition. Yeah, then you can pull out all the get back at the mums, but not on the first time. I mean, you're
Exactly.
asking for disaster.
Yeah, I agree. So Abby assigns all the dances for this week. We have a duet with Nia and Kendall. We have the group dance.
That caused a bit of controversy, though.
What?
Holly. Well, Nia, after being on top of the pyramid,
Didn't
and
get
then
a solo.
didn't get a solo.
Well,
It's a duet.
because the solos went to new Chloe and old Chloe.
I saw that coming.
Well, duh. I
Well,
mean,
Melissa was like, "What about Maddie?
listen,
Would that not be better for her to compete against?"
Maddie can have several. She's had a solo forever. Like, have a seat. Just come to the competition, dance in the group dance. Here's a seat. Fisher Price,
Sit
whatever
in it.
kind you want. Have a seat. Have several. You can go to Toys R Us and build one of those little Fisher Price ones. And
She's very petite. She'd fit in a
she
little
can.
one, wouldn't she?
You can have one in every color of the rainbow if you want to. Just have
Every
several.
color of the rainbow.
Sit one in red, one in green, one in yellow, one in black, one in whatever.
Black ain't in the rainbow.
It needs to be. You mix them colors all together and what you get? Black.
Yeah, we're gonna put white in the rainbow there too.
It's there, you just can't see it. So Melissa was all upset and she's like, no, I'm gonna talk to you about it later. No, say it now. See, there are times where when I'm watching Dance Moms where I can just pause and jump in and be like, no, say. That's when I get real like hood, like what's her name?
Get
like,
up in their face.
Like what's her name from Scary Movie? The first one where she was in the
Brenda?
movie theater. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, don't go in there. That's how I feel. Like I want to be like, well, say what you got to say, Melissa. Go ahead and say what you got. No, we can't move on with the episode yet. You gonna say what you got to say.
Don't wait.
Don't wait. Say it now. So Melissa was upset. And Holly, understandably so, because Nia is rarely up at the top.
Yep.
So, of course, she feels like Nia missed out on a chance to have a solo. But
We kind of all, as we just said, we saw that coming. She's not going to get another solo.
no, she ain't. See, that awkward moment of silence where you like want to say something, but then you realize you don't want to offend the child. She ain't gonna say it.
Nia's gotten solos in the past though, and
She has, and then
Yeah.
she didn't win them, and then she ended up back.
I'm not hating on Nia. I don't think, she's not going to be back on the top of the
She's
pyramid
one of the
for rest
people I
of
would
the season.
replace on the team. I've said that from the beginning. So
But she works hard.
she
No,
works
we're not
hard.
saying
I
she does
She works
work
very
hard.
hard. She
She
works very hard.
belongs on the Abby Lee Dance Company Intermediate Company,
Not the
not the
intermediate.
Advanced Company.
Not.
In my opinion, she is not as strong as those other girls.
I
Nia,
agree.
You keep shining, knowing you can always depend on them for sure, because that's what friends are for. See, y'all didn't know that song,
It's a beautiful Disney moment.
wasn't
Thank
it?
you.
So new Chloe decides to bring Abby gifts. I don't know. I have never been that type of person. I don't bring people gifts.
No?
I say please and thank you, but I don't bring you gifts. I can't do that.
Was it gifts or is it bribery?
Bribery gifts.
Bribery gifts.
But once again, of course, Abby joins in on how Kim looks and it's like, oh, thank you for the eye rejuvenation cream, but I hope I don't look like that.
I don't want
And then throws in, it's her, what is it? It's her husband's brother.
That
Yeah, that's
has,
the plastic surgeon in Pittsburgh.
in Pittsburgh.
If you ever need any work, Abby, you know.
They are a plug-in business,
They are. Gotta get it where you can get it.
right? So what? Yep.
The group routine, which
Mm-hmm.
takes the majority of all the time. There's no time left. Like
Well, it's not
Holly
even.
and this Jill are sitting up there going, "Why aren't they going to practice the duet?"
Well,
But
it's not even the group. It's the fact that new Chloe is a part of the team.
Taking forever to learn.
Well, you're putting new Chloe in a situation where these kids have been dancing together forever.
as she said, since they were like little kids,
Since
like
they were in
toddlers.
diapers.
Yeah.
So, which they said that, and then Christi said something like, "Well, I've been sitting in the seat for 3 years. Aren't you supposed to have been sitting in that seat for more?"
Yeah.
Aha! Tell them on yourself.
It's also confusing.
Well, anyway, scratching my beard.
I mean, do you think Chloe was getting perhaps, performance anxiety? Do you think
Which
being
one?
in the first
Yeah.
time, the new Chloe?
She's nervous. She's in this new situation.
I
and
feel like, well, yes, maybe because when you're in a new situation, you're very observant. At least I am. You're trying to fill out your environment a little
Yeah.
bit, but she didn't have time to do that. You have a job to do, and that's to come in and learn this routine and get ready for this competition. Abby spent so much time trying to fuse her in to this already cohesive group and this tight-knit group that she couldn't give time to everyone else.
Yeah.
And couldn't devote the time to everyone else. I don't understand how these girls learn these routines so quickly and so fast. If it was the day before the competition and you're trying to teach me a 5, 6, 7, 8, I'd be like, you know what? Let's tap out. Like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. I'm gonna tap out. Like, we'll wait till next week. How about let's save this for next week. I'm tap out. But they're like, day of the competition. Well, we still don't have it. Really? Y'all better go on stage. What are you gonna do?
And they put it together.
They
I'll
do.
give. I mean, these girls are, very talented,
I feel
young.
like it's part of their training.
But it's part of dance, though.
Yeah.
It is. They start picking up as part of it. You're a good dancer if you can learn the choreography that quickly. You need to be.
And a lot of it's like just
repetitive, is it not?
like
Some of the moves.
vocabulary, like a lot of dance vocabulary, grand jeté here, jumped here, turn there, and then there's like some choreography in a mix in it. So I guess it's easier for them to learn dances when it's just dance terms, which Abby is, it's big on her ballet training stuff.
Well, that's good because at least they know their dance terms.
Yeah.
What was Abby, though, I think in this episode, more so than other ones, she was really gnarly.
Yeah,
Like,
she was just on
going
edge the
off
entire
at
time.
everyone.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
Honestly, there was something about this episode that I wasn't feeling this episode.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there was a lot going on, but not enough going on, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like there was so much time spent with new Chloe, the introduction of new Chloe, the duets, the solos, the group number. It's too much. It was too much.
It was a lot.
So watching this episode, I was just kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah.
I really didn't like Abby's attitude and the way that she talked to. I mean, we know Abby's antics. We know the way she normally talks to the girls, but I think she just it wasn't constructive feedback to any of them. It was just she was just in a bad mood. And she just wanted to take it out, I felt like, on all the girls, just nitpick on everything. It's just like,
Kim really
Abby,
rubbed
what's
me
the problem?
wrong this entire time. Kim, I just wanted Kim off the screen. I was like, just shut up. I felt like she heard the term dance moms and she came in with this like preconceived notion of how the moms are. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to top that this entire time. I was like, can you please just take her off the camera?
Yeah, I think she was definitely team too much, especially after the competition when she was like, first off, your daughter messed up.
Yeah.
She wasn't on her A game. So you can't come in and then be like, we're here slumming it with you guys. And first of all, you didn't
slums.
You didn't and Holly was like, I don't know what slums look like in yet, but I'm not slumming it. Yeah. And I was like, that's right, Holly. You stick up for yourself and you stick up, and everyone else kind of chimed in. But Kim was being started. That's the point where I was like, you know what? Yeah, you've got to go. Because
now you're making up excuses for various other reasons why your daughter didn't perform. She didn't perform
the way she was supposed
Accept
to.
It.
She didn't perform at the caliber she should have at all. Now,
and
if she had
buy a sewing kit and learn how to bloody sew.
Yes. If her daughter had killed it, like we were like, then go in the back and be like, we're too good for this. We're slumming it with y'all.
Yeah.
Get it together.
Slums.
Like,
slums in Pittsburgh.
Really? Like, no. But you don't have to be a slum. You can download our podcast on iTunes. Make sure you search for AFTERBUZZ TV Dance Moms and download us. Listen to us on your way to a church function or a dance recital, on your way to the bakery, or on a Tuesday for Popeyes. Make sure you go to iTunes and download us on AFTERBUZZ TV.
And apologize, guys. There was some technical difficulties last week, but I'm been confirmed they've all been resolved. So please download us.
Thumbs up for Marissa.
We're going to be number 1, guys.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Woo!
We hope so. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
All right. I realized I had to work that in somehow.
Yeah, excellent. Well done. Almost as good as Slim Fast.
Right. I missed that.
Almost as good as Slim Fast.
I missed that. All right. So they arrive in New Jersey for the competition. We have the duet. What did you guys think of the duet?
17-minute. Can we just call it that? The 17-minute dance.
The 17-minute
Because that's
dance.
all
So
they talk
crazy.
about was the 17-minute.
Like Nia was on top of the pyramid. She didn't get a solo. She got a duet, and then she got the short end of the stick by getting only 17 minutes of rehearsal time. Is that fair at all? Like, anytime anyone's on top of the pyramid, the focus goes towards them that week, and poor Nia totally got shafted.
But Abby was saying that if they had came in perfected and had corrected the things that they were supposed to, then she could have worked with them longer.
Yeah.
But and I get this, it's very frustrating when you have a rehearsal and you've already gone over the stuff, the previous rehearsal, and you come in and you're making the same mistakes again. So now you're taking up time that we could be learning new stuff, fixing that, and then putting it all together because we have to go back. So I kind of get what Abby was coming from. Kind of. It's like if you want this, if you're under pressure, you want this to be good, put in the work. You know, meet up with each other outside of rehearsal.
Which is what Abby was saying. Why didn't the two of them stay in the studio longer and practice more on their own time?
On their own, yeah.
If they really wanted it.
If you want something to be good, you have to work at it. And so I feel like, Abby only worked with them for 17 minutes, but that's 17 minutes of advice and structure and changes and corrections that you had so that you can change and work on it to make it stellar. So I thought the duet, it was strong. I noticed that they took out the handspring that Nia was supposed to do.
Supposed to do.
That was taken out.
I love the
scary,
comment though at
though.
the start when we talked about the
What?
girls sort of bonding, showing that
Yes.
you know,
Like,
let's show
encouragement.
her
the group.
Let's show her what 17 minutes
let's prove
can
to
do.
Abby exactly.
They showed what 17 minutes was.
Front handsprings are so
Unfortunately.
scary because you can't see anything when you're flipping off. Like when you're going forward, you can't see anything but this. You don't
That's
know
why I
where
don't
you're gonna
flip.
land.
That's why I don't flip. I'm too tall and a little too thickums to be flipping 200 pounds
Yeah.
of weight over my head.
Yeah.
All technique too. You have to you could undercut yourself. Like Nia totally could undercut herself and just
Yeah,
land on
and
her
she
face.
looked like during rehearsal. She looked like that was about to happen. I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, if that does not go correctly, somebody's gonna get hurt.
And just flipping off poor fragile Kendall, who could be easily shift a shoulder or something.
Yeah.
And there goes Nia.
Yeah. How did you guys think about Nia's dancing in it? For some reason, the duet again kind of reminded me some of her performance from last week in the group. It was quite heavy. She's quite heavy on her feet. No?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's part of her style, the way that she dances, but
She just doesn't have that ease and flow like Maddie and Chloe does.
It's the transitions that she needs to work on. She's very heavy and she
Yeah.
doesn't flow through things. She's just like, go.
dude, it's
Yeah.
that sort of movement that's a little
Yeah.
bit jarring.
But I felt like for this being a duet, there were some parts that were not together and not.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It was kind of a little sloppy in some parts.
A little sloppy, and I feel like if the girls had worked on it a little bit more, this could have been a little bit better of a duet, in my opinion.
I mean, they came into it, though, also remember, with more anxiety than what they normally would because it was only the day before that
Right.
Abby
He
was
worked
threatening
on
to throw. No, she was going to pull it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, Kendall was crying to her mum and because they were like, no, she's like, we're not going to do it. Make sure you can go sell those uniforms,
But-
as Abby said to the mums.
But Abby does that, I feel like, for show.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think she had any intention on actually pulling it.
Yeah.
But when the moms are coming at you like, hey, Abby, are you going to work on the duet? Hey, Abby, what about the duet? Oh, by the way, have you had time to work on the duet? That's when Abby's kind of has to flex her muscles and be like, I can pull it.
Yep.
Have a seat.
Just pipe down. That's enough.
Have several. Yeah. And Jill, Jill was so up in arms about this duet and I feel like life has dealt Jill a card of just upsettedness.
She's angry. She's just angry at the world, do you
She
think?
is.
Yeah.
I mean, everything just, well, how come Kendall? Well, how come you? Well, why did she? Well, why does no. Stop asking all them questions and make sure Kendall's foot ain't tickled. Make sure she don't say ain't because that ain't a word.
Oh my god.
Work on that instead of being so upset. Put all that anger towards making your child better. The more you know. Then we had Chloe's solo, which I felt like Chloe was a little too in her head. I
Chloe?
felt like old Chloe.
Okay.
Yes, old Chloe. I felt like
Oh, the original Chloe. And she makes a statement to her mum, and they all.
old Chloe.
She said it.
Well, all throughout the episode, and then
It's
all of a
old
sudden,
Chloe.
it's original Chloe. No, it's old Chloe versus new Chloe. I felt like she was in her head. I could tell she was thinking.
Yeah.
And she still had that nice kind of flow. It started off a little
Hold it.
weird.
What is with that spider crab walking replica exorcist? I was not a fan of that. I thought that was just the worst choreography
I don't
to
think
start a
Chloe
dance with.
was a fan of it either.
No.
What was that?
The
Who
beginning of the
knows?
show.
The choreography.
I mean, I know contemporary style sometimes isn't always very attractive, but
Yeah.
that was just
I
ugly.
wouldn't have had her on her.
I don't know where she was even going with that. Like, sorry.
So you got to know when to do those. I do those when I know the camera's on. The other
I
side.
know.
Just as I asked you a question,
See?
and Francisco, well
It
done.
escaped out of me as soon as I was talking.
You got to know when to do it.
I normally do.
Or if you feel like you have a yawn, you got to take a drink.
I normally do. It escaped out of me. I don't even know where the inspiration for that walk came from because it was, what was it called? The dance.
The dance, her solo was called. It was all about like revenge
Fire or
and
something.
it's like red within
Red
me.
within, yeah. That
Was
was
it?
it.
But
that
like,
it?
what was the inspiration for that backwards walk crawl? Like, where were you coming from with that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
Do you want
even,
to be a crab?
I don't even
know.
think she knows. Seeing red.
Seeing red.
Seeing red.
Well, there you go,
I felt like
crab.
if anything, you'd be crawling towards somebody, not crawling backwards. I don't know.
Bent over backwards.
Like when that hairpiece fell out, she lost it for a second.
Yeah.
And you could tell because her turn wasn't as great during that moment. Like she realized that the hairpiece fell out, and she didn't just she let it affect her.
Yeah.
And in turn, we saw that it affected her. I put, hairpiece fell out.
Yeah.
Affected her turn.
It's kind of one of those things, if you fall on stage, you get back up. It's kind of one of those things like, oh, they kept going. They're professional. It's cool. Oh, her hairpiece fell out. Chloe's hat fell off. Oh, she kept going. She's professional. Cool. It's one of those things. It's not like, oh, her hairpiece fell off.
But
Dock
Kim
points.
thinks that it was a setup because we saw Melissa helping her with the hairpiece. And so Kim, in her fit of, I'm better than you.
Well, they edited it very well, didn't they? Because they did
Yeah.
the flashback to, hold it, who was helping her?
Yeah.
Because, Kim
Melissa.
said, I don't know, I can't sew this, or I don't have the sew thing. And Abby's like, I wouldn't let Melissa, I wouldn't call she's the arty craft person,
Yeah.
but go ahead by all means.
And then
You see her doing it, and everyone's like, what's she
hairpiece falls
doing?
off. And now who you gonna blame? Then we have the group dance, which, if you guys remember the rehearsal for the group dance, Abby was saying something about pretend like you're drunk or that you're in a
I
nightgown.
wrote that down.
I
And
wrote
I
that
was
down
like,
too.
I was like, first off, these kids don't know anything about being drunk,
You've got Mackenzie.
nor do they know anything about a nightgown. I mean, we're talking about these
Panties.
These girls know that they still wear pajamas
To bed.
with Rapunzel, Tangled, maybe
Frozen.
Elsa, Frozen. You know, they still wear those. They don't want to admit it, but
Yeah.
they still One Direction. I'll give you that. But they don't know anything about the slip into something more comfortable type of nightgown. And I feel like this piece caused for this certain like
Too mature
I
for
think it
them.
was sexualized.
Yeah.
It was sexualizing of the children. I know people are like, oh, here she goes getting up on but no, I think children, especially with the youngest, you got to account for not Brooke's age, but Mackenzie's
Yeah.
within the group and what they're dancing. Even if they don't understand the meaning behind it, they shouldn't be dancing that.
Yeah.
I didn't think they should have been. No, I wasn't a fan of the performance at all. They're too young.
yeah, Francisco.
Oh, I was going to say with Mackenzie, I felt like this was one of the times that Abby should have taken her out of the group routine when it's too mature for her.
Yeah.
I was like, this is one of the routines that she should have been taken out.
Not the week before or whatever, just
Yeah.
because it's more complex.
The content
Yeah.
this week was a little bit too mature and just not their level of where they should be at.
No, for
Like
the
I saw,
other girls
I
as
think
well,
I saw like a
though.
body roll from Maddie at one point. I swear I saw there was like
Yeah.
a body roll from Maddie. I was like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this.
Next
Yeah.
thing they're going to be twerking. And they're going to get a great big finger or something. Miley Cyrus.
Oh, I heard that wrong.
God.
But that's what I heard too. I was like, it's okay, but it felt too adult,
Yeah.
and they normally let you feel a certain way about the piece. Like the piece last week, it made you feel something. Like when they're together, and I felt
It told a story. It's what
Yeah.
dance should be in those performances.
I felt a
like
big
that.
question mark from them. Like
Yeah.
I didn't know if they knew how to feel. in this
didn't.
They
piece.
didn't understand the meaning. That's what I
Yeah.
think a lot of it was. They couldn't convey. If they were older girls, yes, you'd see
Yeah.
the stunning, sexy, how it should be portrayed.
Yeah.
They
But these
couldn't.
are
They're
like
too young.
young
Yeah,
girls.
dancers need a story to tell. That's what the beauty of dance is. You need a storyline to go along and be able to convey something to people, like you said, make
Yeah.
somebody feel something. When you're just up there like,
And you have no idea why you're
Yeah.
doing that. It goes back to a few weeks ago when with Candy Apples and Lucas was did his solo, and I feel like it's
Oh,
a
that
little
Latin
too
one?
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little too mature. He doesn't know the meaning behind like this kind of like ooh la la kind of
Yeah.
yeah, definitely too mature for him.
I'll come up with the
I
most
think
random
Abby was
things.
just off this whole episode. Besides
Yeah.
her attitude, but then also the dances, the choreography that she gave to both the group. When we all saw what happened with the duet,
Yeah.
and even the old Chloe.
I didn't like how she
didn't think it
screamed
was-
at Nia backstage about the costume. Like I felt like she was super over the top
Oh,
about that whole
about the
costume
duet
thing.
costume?
Oh yeah.
I was
Oh
like,
sorry,
why?
I didn't go to talking to Holly like that.
I was
Yeah.
like, why are you so abrasive right now?
That's
Just
what I mean.
chill
But
She's
then-
got major PMS,
And
big
then
time.
but I kind of felt like yes, the duet they don't have to be the same.
No,
like
yeah.
making their costumes a little different.
Wouldn't have been
That would have been
anything.
just fine. Yeah, I mean, it's not like they placed it anyway. So speaking of Chloe,
Fourth
oh wait,
place.
yeah, that was new.
The awards or
That was old
Kim
Chloe.
backstage.
Old Chloe.
Old Chloe got fourth place. New Chloe placed second. The duet placed third, and the group got first. Not a good time in New Jersey for the
No.
Abbey Lee Dance Company.
And that's where I kind of want to say to our viewers who have been saying on YouTube about the fact that judges can't even talk, make upping the scores so that Abby's dancers can win. This kind of goes to prove that it's
doesn't
not like
happen.
that.
And it was
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
None of us will say any of their performances on last night's episode was standout amazing.
I was even surprised that the group got first.
yeah.
Me too. Oh, I was
Yeah.
really surprised.
I was
about
like-
that.
Okay, well they got first. Good for you. Question mark.
Again, we don't see the other
Yeah, we don't know
performances,
who
so
they
we don't
compete
really know.
against.
They could have been competing against themselves. Now, quick question: New Chloe was brought in to challenge old Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think the mission was accomplished, or she was just a guest starring role?
I
this
guest
week?
star.
No,
I think even Chloe was just like, she's the same height as me, blah blah blah,
same
but
age
whatever.
and whatever. Yeah,
I know we say, and she did come across when she came back and was speaking to her mum, like, I don't really care. I'm not phased about this competition. But the way that we talked about her performance, and as you said, she was really, we felt like up in her head. She was just far too, she was very anxious about it, I think, and it just didn't convey as much in her performance that I think it did push her. She was certainly wary
Yeah,
of, having this competition that, as Abby keeps on reminding her, and all the girls, you will be replaced.
yeah,
I have another team.
yeah.
And I think she did let it affect her.
I say if someone is brought in to challenge you, you challenge them to come try you.
Right?
It's like if I was in the Abbey Lee Dance Company, which I would be at the top of the pyramid, and Abby brought in someone to challenge me, I would look back at them and I would say, you can try it, but I guarantee you, you will not succeed. Have a seat. Over
In
there.
one of Maddie's little
Rainbow
Fisher Price.
chairs.
tiny Fisher Price little
You
thing.
look like you're green with envy.
You can
You
see
had
the
that
grey
Fisher
one.
Price one right there.
But Abby even says in the episode that Chloe could have beat the crap out of Maddie at the end after
New
the
Chloe.
result.
Yeah.
Yeah.
New Chloe.
Yeah.
She could beat the
Well,
crap
because
out of Maddie.
remember in the audition, she said, you can go dance next to Maddie.
Yeah.
Well, she lost something between the plane ride from Orlando or wherever she came from, or Vegas, wherever, and to Pittsburgh. Something was lost. So I don't know if it was nerves. I don't know if it was just the surroundings. And, you know, when you haven't been around like a reality show environment and
Yeah.
then you thrust into it, I think maybe
The whole
got the
camera
best
crew
of it.
thing
Yeah.
and the dancers and the competition and Abby, like that's a lot.
Well, she didn't live up to the hype.
yeah,
And
she
then
did
also
that.
having a mum who normally would have always been by her side and been there. I think Kim got a little bit too involved in the whole show and the dance.
Yeah.
Caught up that she wasn't there for her daughter either.
Yeah.
Just the support.
I don't think she was even that involved with her daughter in the first place.
start with.
Where she, even in Vegas, it seems to
Especially
me.
not to know how to sew.
So
Right.
I know at some point in time in your child's dance career, you had to whip out a sewing kit and sew on a button or a friend
Something.
or something.
she looked like she had no clue what
She
she
looked
was
like she
doing
was
at all.
clueless. Okay, so who has the needle and thread? Shouldn't you?
Because she says she works, so I just have a feeling that.
Holly works.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Holly sews.
But Holly even quit her job to be with Nia.
But Holly does. She does all that. She's just.
I just feel like Kim wasn't probably involved in Vegas with Chloe's dancing. She was just dropped her off at dance and picked her up, and now she
Yeah.
got on this show, and she's like, well, now I'm going to be a dance
Now I got to
mom.
make this work because I've done so much money and work onto this face. So cameras, check this out.
5 minutes of fame.
And with that, let's move on to news and gossip.
Doo-doo.
AfterBuzz TV News.
But before
we get to
before
news,
we get to our news, let's get into our shout outs.
So many of you.
You guys, let me tell y'all. Before I came in tonight, I always check the comments to see how many, people are commenting. So many of y'all are commenting.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love going through and reading the comments. I love that you guys pay attention to us. I love that you guys love us. I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah. We
very,
really
very
do,
much.
guys.
So
Yeah.
keep commenting, keep the conversation going
Yeah.
on YouTube, and let us know how you feel. Clearly, you're already doing that. So just keep it going.
We
Let's
try
keep
to
those comments
respond
going.
to, just because we don't have so much time on air to talk about it, we respond
Yeah.
to you on YouTube as well.
Yeah. I mean, I still just look at the comments.
Well, yes, I respond.
I replied to
think it's
some.
fun.
Yeah, Stephanie
And putting in
does.
extra things like
Yeah.
the view. If you
Yeah.
guys saw Abby and everything else is going down in news
Yeah.
and gossip.
Yeah. So let's go into our shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
Francisco, you have some.
Okay, well, first we'll start with Bridget Dance, and then we have Sunny from Norway.
All the way in Norway.
Yes.
Hey!
It's cold over there.
International love.
Right?
I don't know how to say I wasn't going to try to butcher your YouTube name.
We gonna
so
butcher it. So Sunny from Norway.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And
and then
then-
we have Two Sugars Cream. Two Sugars Cream, whatever. it
Two
is.
sugar cream.
Yes, thank you for those shout. And I'd love to do a shout out for. We've got Liberty Atherton, all the way from England. Hey,
Yeah.
represent.
More international love.
And a big shout out. I've been informed that there are a lot of Dance Moms fans in Australia, in Sydney, guys. And I'm very impressed. I'm proud to represent Australia here on the panel. And so a big shout out to Lisa, that she's a big fan, watches it, and we love all the feedback, Lisa.
Yes.
Yes.
Big shout out to Kelly Sutton, who has also done a video for Brooke.
Really?
Yes. I did watch it. I absolutely loved it. Now I have not one but two videos, and I enjoy it. It makes me smile this big. And also a big shout out to Rar Goes the Bacon Walk.
Cool.
Yeah,
YouTube.
That's you.
That's a name.
Also a big shout out to Carissa, who wanted me to tell her friend Kim. So Kim, this is for you. Get your life and take that girl to Disneyland for her birthday. I mean, how you not gonna take your friend to Disneyland for her birthday?
Come see me
Everybody's
perform.
Oh yeah,
Really?
you perform at Disney.
Yeah.
You go Stock Francisco. Where you perform in Aladdin, right? Is Aladdin?
Mickey and the Magical Map and Red Car Newsboys.
Okay,
you
close
look
enough.
So cute in that.
All right, so now news and gossip.
Yeah. Mackenzie.
Mackenzie is doing her music.
Yeah.
She was shooting her music video. Abby had pictures on her Instagram of Mackenzie shooting her music video. So big shout out to Mackenzie doing the musical thing.
Yeah.
So
also, I mean, based on pictures and Instagram and videos that I showed you guys, Kalani from Abby's Ultimate is going to be joining the team at some point.
Yes.
Which is really exciting because it looks like Maddie has some competition for sure.
Some genuine competition. That girl can dance.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good. And now let's move on to predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
All right, so when the episode ended, what intrigued me was that we finally kind of know what Abby's going to do after these open calls. She's going to create a whole nother team to compete against the old team.
Finally, we see the team that she's been hiding in the cave.
Right.
Where's she putting them? What's she
She
doing?
always makes it sound like she's like the doctor of dance, and she's creating people with lines and legs and people who can do 10,000 spins.
Turn.
And they're gonna like come out and like go against the team.
Mm-hmm.
Think that this created team is going to smash her original team, honestly.
Do you think that the new team is gonna give the old team a run for their money?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
The new
I think
team,
it's a
you don't think
dynamic.
so?
Maybe individual dancers that come on will give again some of the
The
individual
solos and stuff?
but they can't create if they've all just been pulled from different open audition and come together
I don't know.
to
'Cause we
create the
see-
same dynamic as what this team. You've got to dance for years together.
Right.
You
we
really
see
do.
what happens with Candy Apples when they cast their dance troupe for the week and it doesn't come out how it's supposed to. And they go against Abby, against these girls who have been dancing together since
It
in the
honestly
womb.
just
It
depends on
makes
the
a difference.
dancers, because even the video I sent you guys of those boys are from 4 different studios across America, and they just dance beautifully together.
Yeah.
So
That
it
is true.
honestly just depends on the people that you put together.
And how good of a dancer you are to be that flexible and change into a new environment and situation.
Yeah. I guess we shall see. You guys stick around with us.
But-
we will. What? Go ahead.
The best part I'm looking forward.
What?
Hello? Bitch slap.
I missed that. My DVR cut it off.
Oh, wait.
You actually see it, guys.
Oh yeah, the Kelly
fight?
In the
slaps
face,
Abby.
and you see
gonna
the
be next
hand.
week?
Oh, it makes contact.
Next
we cannot
week,
wait for this.
We finally see this cat fight that we have been talking about
Oh.
for weeks.
And I'm going to be at a Dance Moms competition in Youngstown, Ohio on February 16th and 17th. So I'll be hosting while they're there filming.
Well, maybe we'll see you on the episode of Dance
Yeah,
Moms.
you guys might be seeing me soon.
Yeah.
Although he was on one was it last season?
Yeah, 2 of them. I was judged
It
2
was
of the
last
competitions.
season. He was like, he was one of those judges that was like, you never know what they're saying. I feel like they're just saying A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K.
To be totally honest, the producers and stuff, the people with the cameras that come over, they're like, all right, we're going to sit here and film you guys for like 2 minutes. We're going to give you some reactions, and you're going to blah, blah, blah. And they kind of
Well, some of those judges butch it up because they look like.
And then some of it is real footage, but most of it, they're like, all right, just to make sure that we have enough.
Filler.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come and film you.
The B-roll.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, Francisco, tell us where we can find you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Francisco Thurston, and on Twitter at @TheFrancisco.
And Stephanie?
And guys, you can find me at host McGrath on Twitter, and you can find me on my website, Stephanie McGrath. That's McGrath.com.
And of course, you can find me on all social media platforms, including Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Lounging with Tony. That's LOUNGIN with Tony. So make sure you like us, follow us, add us, talk to us. We'll reply, we'll talk to you, and we will see you next week for another Dance Moms reclap right here on AfterBuzz TV. Take care, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.